All right, we are live. Hello, everybody on the chat. Hello, Maree. Hello, Jazzy. How are you doing, girl?
Yeah, I'm good, thank you. Hi, everyone. Yep, Jasper says hello as well. So going good here. What about you? Anything exciting happening?
Almost a launch every day over here now. So now, yeah, and like the last two have been tonight is at 1 in the morning. Last night was like two, yeah, and I'm like, no,
No.
no, mm-mm.
Do they wake you
So
up?
they don't.
Ah,
Only once I've gotten woken up.
yep,
Only once. But the last one I went to that I decided to stay to go see, it was midnight, so I can do midnight.
yeah.
I go over there, and it was the one where it's supposed to be three boosters coming back.
Mm-hmm.
So I love seeing them come back and come and like dock. It's just the coolest thing ever. It's more
Yeah,
fun to watch the boosters come back than it is to watch the launch.
yeah, I can imagine. So,
Yeah, yeah,
gosh, I didn't
yeah.
realize they'd come back into an actual platform.
Yeah, they did, and it's the first time I've heard a double sonic boom. So it was like
Ah,
boom, boom, like that. Usually boom. This was boom, boom, like
yeah,
that. Really
yeah,
cool.
yeah. That is really cool. So,
Yeah, yeah. It was
bit of
cool.
bit of entertainment for you.
Yeah, yeah. I
So,
know. I love it. It's just makes it all more magical for me.
yeah.
But so what is going on with you over there? What's going on in Australia?
Oh, just the usual. Um, I don't know if I mentioned that they were meant to have the Commonwealth Games in Melbourne in a couple of years, but of course, our favourite person in the world, Dan Andrews, who's their premier, and dictator Dan, he's gone. No, we're not having it now, and I know, so he's just canned it, like, and anyway, so everyone's up in arms and they can't stand him. But the thing is, as well, is there even going to be a Commonwealth because of
Right.
what's going on? So, because that was started by the royal family, of course. So I'm wondering if, and they asked Queensland, where I live, to do it, because we've done it before. I remember I did the 5K run just before the marathon or after the marathon, and it was really cool fun. But we've got the Olympics here supposedly coming
Mm-hmm.
up, and so she said no, we're not doing it here. So yeah, so I don't know what's going to happen, but it's really waking people up to what a nefarious little character he is. But also, I do really truly believe that maybe the Commonwealth's going to get knocked on the head
Yeah, yeah,
with
yeah.
everything that changes. So yeah,
Yeah.
so that's something that's going on. Hello, Indy, you look beautiful. Part of the show today.
Mm-hmm. He's a
So,
little bit of a ham sometimes.
oh, he's so cute. But the other thing that happened for me personally, I was very blessed. These beautiful tarot cards. These are the Syrian Starseed Tarot. I got some probably back in 2009, and they were really hard to get then. They were really hard to get, but they stopped producing them in 2012. So, and I shared a house with my friend for a few years, and we used to do them every morning on the balcony overlooking the ocean. It was our little ritual in the morning. So I left mine with her when we sort of went our own ways. But she looked up to get some because they were getting quite old. And in Australia, there was like one pack, and it was like $500. And in the US, they were like $350 because they stopped making them. But she found some in Europe, but they wouldn't send them anywhere else in the world but if you lived in Europe. And so she went, ding, ding, I'm going to Europe in 3 weeks, and we've got a mutual friend that lives in Austria. So she ordered the last 6 packs of these in Europe and got them sent to her friend, and brought them back and gave them out to people as gifts. So I have this beautiful new Syrian Starseed Tarot box. So, and they're massive. They're
Wow.
just massive, but they're absolutely beautiful. So I thought I'd really like to maybe pull one because they're
Wow.
brand new and shiny, and you won't be seeing these like very often around the place. So I thought I'll pull one for everyone that's watching now and watching afterwards. So if you like, so I'm just going to tune in and see what might be a
Yeah.
beautiful message for everyone with all these energies. Oh, you want to come out? I'm going to do a couple I'm getting. So with all these beautiful energies coming out at the
They're
moment.
bigger than the ones that you usually use, right? They
Yeah,
look
yeah, yeah.
huge.
These are the normal
Yeah.
terms. These are like bubbies.
Like those look really big.
They're massive. So lucky I've got big hands, and I always shuffle them long ways. So people go, how can you shuffle these? But you do them long ways. So just a tip for people that have got bigger cards that they need to shuffle. So
yeah, I'm not a big fan of the big cards myself.
No,
I have little hands. I do have little hands.
Be very tricky for you.
Yeah, I'm 5'4". So.
Yeah. So that one just wants to come out. Oh wow, interesting, beautiful. And that one wants to come out. Okay. So it's interesting because she uses different aspects rather than like the swords and the pentacles or whatever. So the crystals are actually the pentacles. So the first card up is our 7 of crystals. And this is beautiful because it's got the tour of Glastonbury in the background. And he's sitting on his carpet just looking at his 7 crystals. So to me, this means all the work we've done in our reality, all of the energy we've put into creating something, it's just about to come into fruition. And so it's still not quite there and everything's a bit blurry in the background. So to me, that's really, it's showing me that something is about to pop for people. So something's about to come into your world that you've put energy into, because the next card we got was the 9 of chalices. Now this is beautiful because this is the same as our 9 of cups. And you can see the man sitting in front of those beautiful cups with the light streaming down. This is all of our wishes and desires and what we've been hoping for. So it's actually, so things really are going to start moving for us at this time is what this card's showing me. Yeah, exactly. And then the last one that wanted to come out was the 6 of flames. Now the flames is the wands. Okay, so our 6 of wands is our victory card, remember? So look how beautiful this is, and look how powerful and bright he is holding up that last wand or that last flame. It's just stunning. So these are really positive cards. So all the work we've been putting into, whether it's in our own personal life, our relationships, anything in our reality, there's going to be a shift and it's coming into fruition for us. Oh, wow, they're beautiful cards to get. So
wow, that's beautiful. I love it. Do you does it tell you who made them? Like
yes, it's Patricia Corey, and I've always loved her work. She's beautiful. There's 2 of them. It's Patricia Corey and Elsa Bartha. So they're the actual creators of these cards, and her energy is just, when you tune into the cards itself, it's got a real depth to it. So
wow.
Yeah, so there you go. So that's my new cards I've been having fun with.
That's awesome.
Yeah,
that's awesome.
Yeah. It's really fun. So, and
I love them.
I know. So there you go. So that's what's been happening in my world.
Well, that's beautiful. So today I do want to talk about borax. The first question is, do you guys have borax in Australia? Do you know what it is?
Yes. It's actually in our cleaning section. They put it in the cleaning
section. So is
section.
ours.
Yeah. But I went out to find it and I couldn't find it. And my friend who lives on the mountain, she knew where it was. So she got some and made it up for me. But yeah, we do. But it's hidden, like it's well hidden.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. So the reason I bring this up is because I saw a post where in the Florida poison control or Florida something was like, we've been hearing that people are now like starting to use borax for internal use, and borax is a laundry detergent and you should not be using it for internally, and like making it sound like what nut job would drink that, right? So I figured, well, let's put it to rest and let's make sure that it is true. So what I wanted to do was share let's see, this window. All right, here we go. So do you see it?
Yeah, beautiful. It's coming out really well.
Okay. So borax, unlocking the health benefits of a natural compound. This is earthclinic.com/remedies/borax.html. And the health benefits are for arthritis, trigger finger and trigger thumb, osteoporosis, osteoarthritis, bone spurs, calcium deposits, lupus, autoimmune disease, hormone imbalances, fungus, candida, ringworm, tinea versicolor, insomnia, rough skin, impotence.
Wow. Sort of covers everything.
Yes. So it does have, and they tell you the dosage for men and women. Let's see, laundry parasites. BORAX, a widely recognized safe remedy for pest control, has been used for years to treat various parasites, including lice and mites in humans and mange in dogs and cats. When borax is applied to the skin, it dehydrates and suffocates the parasites, making it an effective and natural treatment option. Oh, it can be used as shampoo too.
That's interesting. And does it give doses for that? Because I know if you decide.
So to use borax for your hair, dissolve 1 cup of borax into 1 gallon of water. Keep the solution. Pour 1 to 2 cups of the solution over your hair. Make sure when the solution gets to your scalp. Allow the solution to sit on your scalp and hair for a few minutes and then rinse. If you find the borax method dries out your hair, take a small amount of coconut oil, massage it into the hair. You may not need to use the borax solution on your hair more than once or twice a week. All right. So with that said, what I wanted to do was figure out, is this true? Does it help with all these, health benefits? Especially, it looks like it has a lot to do with bones and things that have to do, with that kind of thing. So
well, that's why I started to take it. I've been slack and I haven't been taking it lately, but there was a history of osteoporosis in our family. And it's fascinating because my sister and I, we didn't know we were doing it. We had a bone scan at the same time when I broke my arm. I went into a research project for them. And they said, oh, you get a free bone scan. I went, okay, let's see what my bone density is. We had exactly the same bone density, and even where it was slightly getting less, in exactly the same spot in our hips. Exactly. Like it was like you'd put one blueprint over another. So I went, wow, isn't this fascinating? Because we're about 22 months apart and we're same height, same everything. So that I found that very intriguing, and that's when I went, oh, maybe I need to be taking something to help my bones to reabsorb that calcium. So my friend made it up for me. So, but let's have a look and see. Are there actual health benefits as we're being told?
Yes, or is it poison and should not be ingested?
Well, this is right. We need to find out. Oh, you're hot. Yep. Okay. Oh, that one's really hot. Let me just see what that one is. Okay. Yeah. This makes so much sense.
Yeah, and yes, it is the laundry. So the reason it's in the laundry aisle, it's because of the Rockefellers. Okay, so this is what is being said. That's why it's there, because they're hiding it from the normal population. So what are the cards saying?
Yeah, because it's plant-based, remember, as well. It is actually plant-based. And so the first 2 cards that came up, because I was just asking about borax. So it's almost like the 10 of Wands, which means that it's nearly, whatever's going on with this story, it's nearly finished, because that 10 of Wands means something's nearly finished. So I feel that the things like this are actually going to maybe come out more. Because the 5 of Pentacles is about being left out in the cold. It's been dissed. It's been, just hasn't been given help at all, or good name. However, the 9 of Cups has come up. So it does, whatever we're desiring, it does actually help to work on that level. And then we've got our 10 of Pentacles, which is abundance, which is a lot of people. So it looks like it's quite positive, but it's been treated really badly, obviously. And as you just said, we know why. And yeah, so I mean, I don't know if there's different types of borax where they add things to it. I think you'd need to want to also get a very clean one. So, but yeah,
Well, there's no, as far as I know, that it's the 20 mule team one. And as far as I know, at least in the US, it is the only one that exists.
okay. See,
There is
because I couldn't
nothing else that
find.
says borax here.
Okay, well then that's fine. That's perfect. So yeah, but yes,
Yeah.
it's definitely it could have benefits for a lot of people. I mean, because if we look at the sort of things that are offered to us through the current system, there's things that actually cost a fortune that helped to get calcium into the bones per se. Look at the things they sell for arthritis. It's massive. You know, if
Oh,
you
yeah.
So
Yeah.
if you took away all of those all of that from them with something simple, then hey, that was not very good for them, is it?
No, I mean, we're talking many, many medicines. Medicines
Yeah.
for bones, medicines for arthritis, medicine for what else did it
Parasites.
say on there?
Yeah, the parasites, the head
Yeah.
lice, everything, skin.
Yep.
I
Bones for
know.
lupus, autoimmune
Right.
disease, candida, ringworm, fungus, hormone imbalances, insomnia, rough
Yep.
skin, impotence. So Viagra would be out of business.
Out of business, gone.
Yeah.
Oh gosh.
Yeah.
Gosh.
Yeah.
So you know
So
they found that one by accident, don't you? It was actually meant to be a blood pressure tablet, but they noticed when they were doing the trials that there was this certain problem that men would get with taking it, and so they went, "Well, this is much more marketable," and so that's why how it became what it was.
oh wow, that's so funny.
Yep.
Oh, Allie is sending me. Okay, so she has a different borax.
Interesting. Okay.
The brand is says Pure Cleaner and Detergent Booster. Of course. Yeah.
Yeah.
So
yeah, okay. So yeah, I thought there might have been a couple. I haven't found them yet. So I might do that. I might go hunting and see if I can find different ones.
yeah.
If I can
Yeah.
find any at all. So
Yeah.
yeah.
Absolutely. So okay, so there we go. It is good for you, and it is being hidden because they don't want you to know that could heal many things.
That's
Many
right.
things.
And the other thing as well is always look up how to do it, because I think it's like something small, like a teaspoon. For us, it's a teaspoon in a liter of water, and then you take a teaspoon of that diluted down, and you can gradually build it up. So you put that teaspoon into a cup of water. So you
Yeah.
have to really
I
dilute it. So
I
I
had
personally,
read
it's what I do. There's no, can you put your banner up, please? There's no
yeah.
advice being given here. This is personally what I do with it. So
Yeah. Yeah, what I do is I just read the people talking about it, and
yeah.
it was the Natural Remedies Telegram channel.
Okay.
And in there, this woman said, well, what I started doing is doing a pinch. So she would do a pinch
Okay.
and put it in the water. So in the morning, I take this thing for gut health. And so what I did is I started adding it there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
But I mean,
it's like anything too. I think, use your intuition. If you use kinesiology, you can check to see you may only need it for short periods of time. This has to be very, very individual for people, as always.
yeah,
As
absolutely.
well.
Absolutely. That's what basically this woman was saying, was like, you have to, it's got to be adjusted to you. And, for some people, this a little bit works. And for some people, you need more in like that.
Yeah, with like anything, we're also, unique. So yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, look,
Absolutely.
and it felt right to me when I was taking it, especially after having that bone density scan thing that they did. And I thought, yep, this isn't going to hurt. So I think you've inspired me again, Elisa. I need to get my act together and get back onto it. I'll just check that. Yeah, it's saying yes, it would be helpful for me.
Yeah. Well, I
So,
figured it's coming up for a reason.
It's coming up for a reason, exactly. So, yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, for sure. So, okay, let's ask if the 20 Mule Team brand of borax can be ingested.
20 Mule Team. Is that
20 Mule Team.
It's actually, yeah. So it's come. I've just used some kinesiology with it. And it's if you've got to just dilute it. Yeah. So it's got to be diluted. You can't
Well, yeah, of course, yeah.
But yeah. Okay, yeah. And I'll just check in percentages where it sits. So. Yeah, so that's about 95%. It's fine. So, you know, if it was coming up at 40 or 50%, I'd be like going, oh, hang on, is there something in it that we don't know about? But it's coming up at 95%. So,
okay.
But again, you know, trust your intuition. You know, so with whatever you're getting or buying, and that's how I get stuff.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. And thank you for bringing up the fact that we're not telling people to take it.
No,
we are
not at all.
We're just telling you what we do and what we're doing, and you know, it's being talked about out there. So you know, we figured we would see, well, let's figure out, is it really going to hurt you? Is it poison or is it not? And from there, you decide what you want to do. Right.
Exactly.
But again, it's important that, again, and I'll give you the website that I use personally. It's Earth Clinic. As a matter of fact, maybe I can copy paste this here.
That's a good
on
idea.
the chat and give you guys the link. So that way you have it.
Perfect.
Okay. Wonderful. All right. Excellent. Yeah. Well, I'm glad it was a good answer because I've been taking it for like a week or so. So
yeah.
And it's a good thing.
I didn't feel any problems when I was taking it. So
yeah.
Right. I'm going borax hunting.
Okay. I do not. Let me see, Teresa, I apologize. I'm going to try to stay away from the personal questions, but we could go back to it if we run out of.
I was at the kitty cat one.
Yeah.
I already tuned into that because I saw it. It jumped out at me.
Oh, did you? Yeah. Did you want to give her feedback?
I just felt that there was a bit of a trauma. There's something that scared kitty cat. And so just wait and see what happens. But I feel there was a bit of a scare of some sort, and the cat's, you know, pulled back a bit, not with you, but in its little life.
Okay, very cool. Okay, question is true. When we sleep and enter the astral plane, are there specific sounds to know which plane you're on? For example, bells for akashic, water for mental, bees for etheric, flute for soul plane. I've never heard of any of this.
Lady Hawk, no, I have not heard of this. You know, the actual
specific sounds to know which plane you're on. Okay, let's ask that question with the cards.
Yeah.
So when we sleep and enter the astral plane, are there specific sounds to know which plane you're on?
Interesting. We've got our Eight of Swords. So that to me is saying it's quite tricky, unless you're working with it. So something's been hidden. It's like it's sometimes not easy to actually ascertain that. And I was just saying, if you do a lot of work on the astral plane, or you're really used to it, you can ask for these sorts of things. Because look at that Two of Cups. This is about having a relationship. I had never thought of something like this, Lady Hawk. So, you know, again, as our mind expands and we ask the questions, then we can actually create what it is. You know, so asking the question, that's what the Two of Swords says. So for a lot of people, it might be a no. But if you're asking the question and you're really working with it, I actually personally try and avoid the astral plane because I found it was quite rough compared to like being in the higher or the different other realms. So I virtually I don't even go through it at night. Really rarely, I think once in maybe the last 2 years, I've had the voices. I'll get these voices like someone's talking through me on a telephone, and I'll go, oh, I'm in the astral plane. And then I just drop a bit deeper and then go out, go past it. So you can do with that middle card there. I would say you could, but I think it would take quite a bit of work. I don't know. Lady Hawk, do you want to do a little anecdotal do it for us and then, talk to us about if you actually are finding that happens? So, yeah. I think anything's possible when we ask the question. Yeah, look at that, 9 of Cups. That's our desires and wishes. When we want something and we put that intention out there and ask those questions, that's when I believe anything can happen for us.
Yeah, and I was thinking about, like, what came to me was like, well, it can be whatever you want it to be, right? If you put the intention that when you go to the Akashic, you're going to hear trumpets, then you're going to hear trumpets, not bells. So I feel like it's based on the person.
That's what it was sort of saying. That's why I think that 8 of Swords came up, where it was hidden and you're in your own little world, your own little
it's
page.
like you can create, and it's the same with the angel numbers, or what they call angel numbers, or repeated numbers, 111, 888. You can assign your own meaning to those numbers. It doesn't have to be what you see out there in those charts and stuff,
Yeah. And I agree with you. And for me, I've actually got this weird number 76. That if I see that on a car number plate, it means something to me, because I've got something that's happened. It was a bit of an experience, and I went, oh, that number 76, and then I realized it's a 13, which is actually a lucky number, but they don't want us to know that. That's the number of healing, Asclepius, all of the feminine. So yeah, so 76 is my weird number that I have, that I look for on car number plates.
Interesting.
Yeah. So you're spot on with that one.
Okay. Let's see. I have a question. Are there pyramids that make a traveler come out from it? Were you assigned to that pyramid? Are there pyramids that make a traveler come out from it?
Oh. So what I'm picking up from this maple tree is you're asking, is there particular portals within the pyramids or something where a particular vibration or person or being can come through because they resonate with that? Is that what maple tree is asking, do you think?
Yeah.
Yeah. So were you specifically as a being assigned to that pyramid? Yeah, we can check. Let's check with the cards and see.
She said yes.
Oh, great. Okay, thanks. We're getting good at interpreting stuff. Okay, let's have a little look and just see if that's actually is a possibility through the pyramids. Yeah, so we've got our Page of Cups. So to me, it's a soft yes. So this is saying, look, it's a potential that, if some beings can use that. I'm getting that it's more around the portal or the vibration. Yeah, so 7 of Pentacles. So this is what's been set up for them, and they then work with whatever's come through for them. So to me, it's more about a portal, their vibration, what they're doing, who they're with. So for me, Maple Tree, it can be, but it's different. It's more about the form of transport. Yeah, Page of Swords, again, this is sort of like yes but no. So if that makes sense, it's like there's more to it than just that pyramid.
Okay.
They wouldn't be assigned a pyramid. It would be more the portal or the energy they're using to travel with.
Okay. All right. Then she was asking about how you mentioned you skipped the astral.
Yeah, okay.
How do you do that?
Yeah, look, it took me a long time. I actually worked with the astral for a long time, for quite a few years. Even if I do mirror work, where you look into your own eyes, and I could see other lifetimes, I could see all sorts of aspects within me. And I could feel it was astral level. It was like different to when you're traveling and you're on the ships or whatever. So what I started to do, because I was seeing the faces coming in, like someone mentioned the other day, and I get, like I said, the voices, and sometimes it felt a bit gnarly as I was going through it before I go to sleep. So what I started to do is I just started to do a meditation. I'd run some beautiful white light. I'd go into my heart space. Sometimes to start with, I'd bring in the angels or my higher self, and I just asked to go straight through into the higher echelons, or into the better realms, I suppose. So have an intention, maple tree, number one. Number two, do a little bit of meditation, energy work, have some beautiful high frequency music playing for yourself. And then don't get caught up in it, because I found if I would start to concentrate on what this conversation was about, or, what the face was, if I would start focusing on it, then I would sort of stay there longer. So don't focus on it. Just keep going into the heart and opening that, and then asking to be into that much more gentle, high vibrationary realm. So, yeah. So that might help you, but, you'll find things that work for you as well. So, yeah. Do you do anything like that, Elisa, before sleep, or no, you don't need to? Do you just go off? You don't get caught in that astral realm?
I have no idea.
Well, okay.
Yeah.
So, yeah, but a maple tree, if you're in your head a lot before you go to sleep, that's when you'll probably find you get caught in that astral realm as well. It's very, very much mental playing. So do the dropping, the breath work, dropping into your heart, and just trusting and letting go, and go through it. Don't get attached to it. So
Interesting.
that's what worked for me. So
okay, thanks, Maree.
Now I just go straight off. Yeah. So it's good.
So Angel Lori has been seeing crazy amount of commercials for lipo. Is the procedure materials used for nefarious DNA purposes?
Okay, so with liposuction, obviously they're taking out the fat cells from certain areas that women might find hard to get rid of them. Once a fat cell's been taken out, it can't grow back again. So because fat cells actually expand, so they'll just get bigger and bigger, one fat cell. So what will happen then, if the person then doesn't obviously change their eating patterns or exercise patterns or whatever it is, it's going to find somewhere else for that to go to. There was a machine. Okay, we would talk about is it being used for nefarious purposes. There was a machine that would shake it out, but then but the reason a lot of the time we have fat cells is to actually hold toxins away from the main organs. Because if we've got a lot of toxins in the body, that's when we'll put on weight, because the fat cells hold them in. So when you're actually losing weight, you can often detox because these toxins are being released and you need to release them. So with the liposuction, it's different because you're actually taking out the whole aspect of that fat cell. So we can ask as well if it was used for DNA purposes. I'm getting the hit it's just money. There's a lot of people, because a lot of people put on more weight because of the type of food they're feeding us that has got some stuff in it that may not be great for us. And then the body goes, oops, quick, get some extra fat so we can keep these toxins away from our main organs. So let's have a look and see. Well, that's been my understanding from the research I've done around it. And, being in that, that medical area, you sort of come across these things. So let's just have a little look. Is it used for nefarious DNA purposes? Oh, yes. Okay, let's have a look and see. Is it used for nefarious DNA purposes? We've got our Wheel of Fortune, which is changing something. So no, I feel it's more around because so many people want to get rid of it. It's for their benefit. And the Queen of Swords. So this is someone that when they advertise, they're speaking directly. They know who to target. I just feel it's actually more, no, Queen of Cups, they know who to target. So that's the emotional aspect, especially for a lot of women. And you think about it, where baby boomers are now, hitting 50s, 60s. So there's a lot of them with usually quite a bit of money. And, and what they want, that Nine of Cups, what they're desiring, that's what's coming up. Because you have a look how it works. You know, anything you research, anything you look up, that'll be seen by AI, and then you'll be targeted if you're
Yep.
trying to find things to help you to lose weight.
Yeah, absolutely.
So that's sort of more Angel Laurie. I don't feel it's just being done for DNA purposes.
Yeah, but I know why this is being shown, and it's because of the thing, right?
Correct.
So it's
Correct.
causing so many heart condition issues
Yeah.
that, of course, they're going to put out the commercials for medicine that helps heart issues. So yeah, you're going to see a lot of those.
And absolutely. And I mean, of course, which company, their sales for anticoagulants, like the aspirin type drug, but for clots and things, skyrocketed.
Of course.
Virtually as soon, you know, they had that one ready to go. They had
Uh-huh.
it's like create the problem, solution. Yeah. So exactly. You know, I've heard some horror stories, and I personally know of a 24-year-old young fit person that passed in their sleep from a heart attack. I know.
Yeah. It's yeah.
But then again, we all have a soul contract, don't we?
Exactly.
So yeah.
Yeah, you read my mind.
Yes.
All right. So why does the Earth look like a Merkaba when we remote viewed it as a group? Maree?
Wow. That's a really good question. And it's interesting because I think the other day when we're talking about the ships and the craft, remember I saw the Merkaba on the spaceship. So it'll be shown to us. It's actually showing us that we have a light body. So in my understanding, Earth also has her own light body. I mean, she travels too. She's, you know, multidimensional. So I would say that that's showing you that she has her own light body, her own ability to travel interdimensionally realms. Well, she's got it all within her as well as we do, and that's her light body, Angel Laurie. I can double check in with Jasper if you like.
Yeah, that's a great idea.
Shows us. Yeah, okay, so yeah, so he's showing me that the actual frequency from her light, the Earth's light, has created this aspect of her, the light body, which is like we were just talking about. And he's showing, I'm seeing that coming through. This light is creating this. And of course, she's being activated so much more with the frequencies coming onto her, that all the grid lines, all the ley lines, all the energy lines are really being ramped up. So, so that could be what you've been seeing as well, Angel Laurie, I would say, is this big increase. Because I know even the griddings we do, definitely the light body is being really activated. So it's happening to all of us. So whatever happens to Earth will happen to us. So that's what I think you've seen.
That's interesting.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. So I do not see any. Oh, here comes Teresa with a question. I was getting ready to. Okay. Is the story of Romulus, who was called the god and founder of Rome in 771 BCE, true? Making it the exact same story as Jesus' birth, death, and resurrection, only much earlier.
Was Romulus the one that was brought up by a wolf? Were they the two wolf? No, or not? I don't know why that's coming to me, but anyway, let's just find out. Let's just look and see if he was a god or founder of Rome. Is it true? Okay. I mean, it's funny, you know, because a lot of these, there's some truth in them, but they're often being twisted, haven't they? So let's just see. What do our cards say about Romulus and that story? Well, yeah, certainly a lot of people were affected by it and believed it, because that 10 of Pentacles has come up, and then the Empress card. So to me, there was a lot of creating around the story, but there was some effect from it with that card. So there's definitely some. Looks like there was a unique situation. That 9 of Pentacles to me is always something that's unique. It has its own wisdom. It has its own abundance. So yeah, I would say that there is some truth to that story with those cards.
Interesting.
Really interesting, yeah. But I'm just going to get another clarifying card here. Yeah, you want to come out? Okay. Yeah, and I was funny. I was just getting this little message as I pulled this card. So the Eight of Wands is about swift. So I feel it maybe happened over a short period of time, but it was quite impactful, whatever it was that happened. Because that Eight of Wands is something that actually happens very quickly. And I was
But
getting that. It wasn't for a long period of time.
yeah, so they were saying, oh, that he was brought up by a she wolf. Okay,
Yeah.
that I'm gonna call BS on.
Yeah, well, sorry, I've got a mosquito. There he goes. Let me ask on that one as well, because that's where I remembered the name Romulus from. It was more about that than what actually ended
Yeah,
up
that
happening.
sounds. Yeah,
I
that's
thought, was there
silly.
others as well, Teresa? Do you remember if there was two of them?
Yeah, she
Romulus
said
and
Romulus and Remulus.
that's it.
It's
I thought
Romulus
so.
and Remulus.
Let's see if there was some truth in that, or
Remulus.
because yeah, weirder things have happened, right? Well, it looks like they were they didn't belong anywhere. This, to me, the Five of Pentacles is saying that they were out in the cold, that they didn't belong to like a society or anything like that. Oh, wow. And we've got the Hanged Man. So I feel that maybe some of it's true, but some of it we might need to suspend a little bit as well. So, but I don't think they came from like a place that was like normal. No, the High Priestess, there was mystery around them, definitely, because this is my mystery card. There's something that's hidden. So I don't know. So who knows? But that story, obviously, maybe they were found in nature or something like that. I don't know. But there's definitely mystery around that one. But they weren't normal. I don't think they were normal, maybe human beings.
Oh.
There could have been something else to them.
You want to ask that?
Yeah, I will actually. That's just coming through, and I'm getting a whole lot of energy coming in. So at the moment, okay, let's just see. This happens when you're talking about situations where there's some truth to it, but and there's obviously an energy and a frequency to it as well. So you get this energy coming in straight through the crown. Okay. Were they okay? Did they have other worldly aspects to them, not just human? Yes, they did. They had something else going on, because we've got the Two of Cups, which means there was a partnership or relationship to them that was otherworldly. So yeah, but it was hidden because we've got our Eight of Swords. So no, but that's why maybe the story of the wolves.
Right, exactly. That's why the story was made up.
Yeah, King of Wands. So that's a reality. They would definitely had power in an action. They took a lot of action that was coming from actually a good place by the looks of this as well. And that's the feeling I'm getting from it. Yeah, Ace of Cups. I was just saying that we get our Ace of Cups. So there was actually a very positive feeling that came from it. And that's why when this energy started coming in, it was like, whew. So look, it doesn't. I love it. These questions open up big cans of worms.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Very interesting.
Ooh.
So Pink Light has an interesting question. When a Taylor Swift concert caused an earthquake, I was creeped out about it. Was this a natural phenomenon, or was it a part of something wicked?
Interesting. I wonder, when was it, Pink Light? Was this recently, or was this a while ago that this happened? That would be really interesting to know when you saw that. Like, because I think the timing makes a huge difference as to what they've been doing as well. But let's have a look and just see what the cards say. We'll turn it around. We'll ask it, was this something that was done as a, what's the word, like how they do those things, the S word. Let me just tune in and see. Was it actually something?
This past weekend.
Whoa, so just recently.
Yeah.
Okay. Wow, interesting. We've got our Three of Cups. Now, this is usually a celebration card. And then we've got our Seven of Wands. So that's when something is actually being kept to its truth, like, really fighting for what it really is. No, and we've got our Eight of Wands. Again, that's something very fast that happens. I don't feel it was, no, Queen of Wands, that's an integrity card. So no, I don't feel it was part of it at this stage. They're just too many positive cards. So it's saying to me that it's like, no, it was just something that was going on. Yeah. So,
okay. So can we find out more about concerts? And
yeah,
if, for example, if in Taylor Swift concerts they are trying to do mind control. I don't know why that came to me.
yeah, for sure. Yeah, for sure. I'm getting straight away, yes, and even the music is an aspect of it. So that was my natural intuition, but let's just see what the cards come up with. And we've got to ask, is it actually her anymore anyway?
Right.
That's all. Yeah. Okay, so are they doing something like mind control? Yes. Oh my God. Straight up, yes. Ace of Wands. Yeah. But you look at the music and they do the actual, they'll use that to plant seeds in people so that they believe certain things as well. They've manipulated the music horrifically. So yeah, so the Hermit's come up. So it's something that can be planted into our subconscious through the music, through the words, through the vibration and the energy of what they're playing and how they're playing it. Yeah. Yeah. So I would say that yes.
Wow.
So really be careful what you listen to, and if it uplifts you and you feel good and it's got that positive vibe, then that's great. I mean, I've never been able to listen to really heavy rock or anything that is jarring because it tends to keep us in those lower three chakras as well. Like, and that brings out, that's why there's often, fights and stuff, because it brings out that testosterone and the anger and all of the insecurities coming out.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, definitely. I have stopped listening to several people because I've seen that they are pushing the trans agenda that's going on,
Yeah.
So you can tell they sold their soul to the devil kind of thing.
Yeah.
So I've stopped listening to their music for sure.
And I was watching, something popped up, I think the other day, and I was watching it and they were actually openly admitting that they accepted offerings if someone wanted to go any further in their career. It was blatant. This person was actually saying it as to what they do. And it had to be someone close to them that meant a lot to them.
Wow.
Amazing. So, yeah.
All right.
All of that's going to change, though. It's all going to change and shift.
Yeah, absolutely. So what's coming to mind is like, I don't know if you remember Justin Bieber.
Yes.
He was very famous. He came up through YouTube and then he got picked up. And then he unfortunately got in the club, but he's always been very, like, he doesn't want to be part of the club, if you know what I mean.
Yeah, I've actually seen him. I've heard him talking about that, and the stuff they did was horrific to him.
Yes. So, can you ask about him and see if his music has the mind control stuff in it?
Okay, let's just see.
I don't know why it came to mind. I don't listen to him. I don't know. He just came to mind. I don't know why.
Yeah, I just remember the really sad story he was talking about, and yeah. Oh, interesting. The Hanged Man is up again, so I feel that that maybe with him, no, you know what I mean. I mean, yeah, because the Nine of Cups has come up as well, which is desires and things. So I feel that it wasn't as bad, or whether he came to an agreement or he said no to something. And that
Yeah.
was why things happened to
'Cause
him.
he was super religious, like super religious.
And look at what came up as you just said that, the Temperance card, that
Yeah.
beautiful light being, and
Yeah.
that would have absolutely horrified him. But it's too late sometimes, that they'll threaten and do all sorts
Yeah,
of
yeah,
things.
yeah, yeah, and so he
Horrible.
had no choice, right?
Yeah.
They did.
So he was he was patient to try and help make a change with it. So is he still around? Do you know?
I think so. I mean, he did get married to Hailey Bieber, which is Haley Baldwin, who is,
Uh,
as far as I know, she is his handler.
yeah, that would make sense. Straight away when you said that, I was getting, oh, that's, yeah, we know who that belongs to. And
Yeah.
and this is the thing, they all have one, and so their whole life is controlled. That would be just horrific. Imagine. It's really interesting because it's almost like this other lifetime I was working with. That aspect of me loved God and all the rest of it was, but put in a situation where there had to be, there had to be sort of death in the arena type of thing. And it just was horrific conflict. So the experience of that for a soul can be very traumatizing, of the
Yeah.
self-judgment, of the insecurity around all of that. So, and so, so that this is a big soul experience,
Yeah. Yeah.
So for all of us that thought we might have wanted to have been famous, I don't think we now realize how lucky we were to not be.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Next question from Lady Hawk. If the U.S. was founded as a Christian nation, why is DC set up in a pentagram shape with an obelisk, Roman architecture, and the eye of our dollar, and not Christian symbols or a different agenda?
What's your ideas on this one, Elisa? Have you sort of thought about that aspect of it?
Well, I mean, Washington D.C. was created by the Illuminati, the bad guys, the guys that are in the dollar sign. The dollar, the pyramid, the all-seeing eye. They're the ones who created that. I'm going to call it city because it's not even a state. It's
its own country.
It's yes, yes.
And it's like London City. They are the three. They're their own countries, and so they have absolutely nothing to do with the USA. Literally.
Correct.
And here in Australia, Canberra, exactly the same thing. You should see all the Mason symbology that it was built on, and apparently the tunnels go under that like you wouldn't believe. And they're always near water as well. That's another aspect of it, because it magnifies the energy of what they've done. I've done some energy work on Canberra, and oh my goodness, it was a shocker. So these are specifically set up by the deep state. So Lady Hawk, your DC is a completely different country, and this is why what's been going on there has been so interesting, because it's not part of the US of A, and this is why they can have certain judicial or things, military things going on there. So because it's not actually part of the USA.
Yeah.
Fascinating, isn't it? They're so clever.
Yeah. So,
and with that pentagram shape, it would be upside down. So that's they invert everything. So the pentagram shape would actually, the intention would have been for it to be built upside down.
Well, the same thing with the swastika, right? Like the swastika, it's a symbol they used that was it was a good symbol. And
very powerful connection.
And the same thing with the rainbow, right? So now
I want my rainbow back.
Yeah, me too. Me too.
Well, and this is why I wonder if there is such a thing as rainbow currency, if they're going to change the name of it because of what's been done. If it will even come out with that name now. It's been very tainted.
Yeah, absolutely.
They take everything beautiful and invent it.
Yeah. Maple tree, I don't think we can answer this. The cards don't give us details like this. I don't know. I haven't had an ND, so I can't answer it. And Maree,
No, I haven't either. So
yeah,
I
we don't
personally can't
really
answer
know.
that.
Yep.
So I guess you'd have to use your intuition, Maple Tree, when you're actually discerning and watching someone. How does it feel? There's been some, and a couple of them I've actually started crying. So I know that there's definitely some emotional, energetic connection into what they're saying. So you just have to really, I think you just have to really trust, and the way that they're explaining it is how we have to take it and work with it ourselves, if it's
Yeah.
truthful or not.
Yeah. Yeah.
Mm. So don't go and
Okay.
have an NDE, Maple Tree, just to find that out. It's all good.
So Lady Hawk was saying that we should ask about the rainbow currency.
In the cards.
Yeah.
Yes. Yeah, that's a great idea.
Mm-hmm.
And it's really interesting because when I was watching the last Matrix movie, that's when we had all of our lockdowns and everything going on. And so there was a group of us that used to get together on one of my friend's beautiful property, and we'd set up this massive screen, and we'd be about 20 of us going and watching our own movies since we couldn't go in. And so I got a hold of that one. And if you haven't seen it, I won't give you a spoiler alert, but that's where I got another message about this rainbow currency. So it was really interesting. So, but let's have a look and see. What do you want me to ask? Just
I would ask if first of all, if there is going to be rainbow currency,
is there going to be a different currency?
Yeah, is the new currency going to be? Well, is there going to be a new currency?
Okay,
First of all,
be a different new currency. Yeah, there is, but it's going to be different to what we think because the moon cards come up. So it's almost like we're going to go through a process first, because when that comes up, there's a lot of triggering going on in people's lives usually. So there's something that's out of place. But then we got our Empress card. So she's the creator of something. Usually it's something beautiful. So let's just see. But okay, you're going to come out. Yeah, it's interesting because the Four of Cups has come up. So at this stage, I don't think people maybe would see it as something amazing. And this is why I'm wondering if BRICS, and the fact that they're doing it through BRICS, and is I've just got a yes, is a slow offering to people. So they're not so concerned. But if all of a sudden they said, right, that's it, we're changing everything. But because it's coming through this process that's been put out there over the last couple of years of them talking about it, that's where I feel this new currency could come from. I mean, we could still very well just keep our own local currencies, but that's something that is set up as it can be a unit of measure. It's a bit like how the US currency used to be. You could go into every country and people would accept it. So it could be used like that, but we keep our own local money. And it was interesting because I was hearing people say that have traveled recently that they can't use the US dollar in a lot of countries. People aren't accepting it because they're seeing what's happening with it not being the petrodollar anymore. So they're actually, people don't want it, whereas they would always have loved the greenback.
Yeah, interesting.
Yeah.
Okay. So, Teresa, there's so much government stuff going on. Is the light winning?
Okay, let's just tune in and ask. I was just getting, as I was tuning in, that it's already won. And look at that beautiful Two of Cups. Too. It's already done, honey. And we just have to go through this show to help to keep calm, because a lot of people just look at this King of Pentacles. Yes, it's been absolutely, there's a master plan. It's being orchestrated in our reality. It is. So these are really beautiful. So Teresa,
the good guys are in charge right now. They've been in charge for a little while. And so everything that you see is just a show, so that people wake up and so that people say, never again, I'm not trusting banks, I'm not, et cetera, right? So it's all just a movie playing out at this point. But the good guys are in charge now.
Definitely. And there's still a lot of stuff that's being hidden. You know, that Four of Swords, there's still a lot going on, like you said. But underneath it all, what we see on the surface is nothing compared to what's actually already been done underneath.
Yeah.
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 So stay positive, just stay in your heart,
Good things
stay
coming. Like the
it's
card said, it's going to be a big, big month for us.
Yeah. So it is. And it's going to be personally for us as well with this frequency coming in, because on a energetic spiritual level, we have to be ready for these changes when they do come in.
Yeah.
So, you know.
Yep.
Yeah. So, yeah, definitely.
All right. Well, excellent. Thank you, Maree, for today. Thank you, everybody,
Oh,
for
thank you.
participating with your questions. I am so grateful for you guys. Thank you, Maree. Thank you, Jazzy. Don't forget Maree's dream interpretation show on Sunday. If you cannot make it, send her an email with your dreams. She will read it online and then she'll, decode it. And again, I've been able to heal a lot of things thanks to the decoding of the dream. So definitely, if you can make it, awesome. And if you cannot, send her an email. All right.
Perfect. And Zan's back as well this week. So,
okay.
So we'll have our Zan back. So there you go.
Fantastic. All right,
Thank
everybody.
you.
We love you so much. Stay high vibing. And remember, it's just a movie. Bye.